The thing about place is that it's not just a single, stationary thing. It takes you on a journey. It does not sit still, simply existing through time and space. Rather, it is constantly decaying, wearing down, slowly falling apart at the edges, or, conversely, it is blooming, new life springing, shooting up, cycles of living and dying. In a cemetery, you see both. Even my first day there, I began to see it. This place is in between today. White light and shadows. Fields and housing developments. Tearing wind and moments of eerie quiet. Dead leaves and melting snow and sunshine. The place where they wait between death and life eternal. But the truth is that I also tried to fool myself. I thought that I could keep my emotions separate from the place I was experiencing. I wrote, "It is simultaneously odd and liberating to spend time in a cemetery where I know no one, where no one I have loved and lost is present. I am freed from the burdens of grief and memory that come with the graveyards where loved ones are buried. But I also feel as though I am trespassing in a strange way." The truth is, my place was about to prove me very wrong. I used to think of place as nothing more than a setting, the background against which people and events play out and live their stories. But the truth is that places matter.
Because they tell their own stories.
Because through history,
through connection,
through the journey, they connect us to the people around us. Places force us to encounter moments we would rather forget, whether that be a part of our past or a moment from our present. When you lose two people that you love within 4 months, a cemetery forces you to acknowledge your grief. I cannot remain detached in this place, because while it is full of stones, it is also so very human. It is where we encounter grief, loss, the consequences of sin. I feel as though it would be easier to reflect if I were alone, but the presence of all these people, these creatures, is beginning to remind me that death is a shared experience. We all mourn and experience grief in different ways, and these people have loved ones in their memories, often in their thoughts, as my grandfather and my aunt are often in mine. Throughout my time here, I have come across many people, many stories. A Confederate couple, a dog memorial, a child lost much too soon, a wounded soldier, the unmarked graves of the potter's field, vibrant orange flowers, a man whose life insurance, Modern Woodman, gave him a tree stump for a grave marker, and, looking over it all, a weeping angel. Here I was, learning so many stories, wondering about the lives of so many people long gone. I started to think about my own relatives who had recently passed, and, again, about how death is a shared experience. And I realized, place, it connects us to the people around us. I asked some of the people whom I feel most connected to come and search and see what stories they could find. This is what they found.
Captain S.H. Manley died July 31st, 1877. His age was unknown. He had 3 children, and he was married. 2 of his children were named Luther, who died at the age of 6 days, and Ruth, who died at the age of 6 years.
I found the grave of the Bradleys. There's Eli Judson, who was born in Williston, Vermont, and died in Seward, Nebraska, and Sarah Cooley Bradley, his wife, who was born in Richmond, Vermont, and died in Staplehurst, Nebraska.
I found James Snyder, who was a colonel of the 3rd Nebraska Infantry. He served in the Spanish-American War. He was born August 11th, 1870, and he died May 3rd, 1963.
For me, this place has been its people, giving me shadows of their stories, and I have left a shadow of myself behind.